What's a thing you say NAA? Too old for that shit. Friend groups who constantly have drama. That's why I cut the toxic people out. But am sub to r/amethysholitisty drama that has nothing to do with me. Yeah, always nice to browse the drama without it being your life. Life is too short for drama-filled half-chewed gummy bears. Fuck that. I don't even want that shit in my brain. I have no patience wade through that river of shit. I hate feeling sad for people when you can see why they are causing trouble for themselves and wishing they could see it too. I don't have it in my friend group, but it's well rooted in my family. Nightclubs. I was never super into them, even when I was in my 20s. Expensive. Crowded. Can't really talk to anyone as it is too loud. Queues for the toilets etc. But despite that, it was fun just to go and dance for a few hours. Once I was past my mid-20s though, I just didn't have any interest anymore. That may be a result of being in a long-term relationship, but that just begs the question, are nightclubs really a place to hook up more than a place to dance? I'm starting to feel the same even for some restaurants and bars. Like, why is everything so loud? To the point it's difficult and unpleasant to have a conversation with anyone. And then I wonder, why am I even here? I just want to go home, be in my PJs, and watch Netflix. I can't stand bars that play the music so loud you have to shout to talk. I feel like one of the main points of going to a bar is people sit and chit chat. So why blare music? Never understood it. Jumping down small groups of stairs. When gyms closed here I was looking for new ways to do cardio. I hate running, so I thought I'd give jump rope a try. I don't know how anyone over 30 or anyone with tits does that for more than 30 seconds. Knees said game over after a couple rounds, hahaha. Good shoes, good technique and a good stretch. As a guy, I can't say much about the tits part, but I understand that above a certain size a sports bra won't cut it. I'm unfortunately at that size. I'll give it another go though. I did enjoy how quickly it gets my heart rate up. There are some nice YouTube videos about the technique. I sincerely recommend checking them out. It is not that hard to follow the basics. Since you mentioned you were going to the gym, I probably don't have to say it, but good technique is a difference between an efficient workout and asking for an injury. Sleeping on the floor. If I'm at your place late and drinking and you don't have a spare room, I'm checking into a hotel, because at this age my wallet is in a better state than my back. God, the last time I slept on the floor, I was in absolute agony for the next 3 days. I used to sleep on the floor all the time as a kid. What the hell happened? As a kid, think maybe you're onto something. Arguing about taste in music / or worse. The constant need to define why are you really a re based on the music you listen to. It was all fun back in school, being totally into that very specific niche you probably never heard of any way to show how very unlike you are to anyone else, except your closest peers, without ever admitting there are other good genres as well. Today, hell, whatever floats your boat, if it sounds good to you, it's good music. Never mind the genre or artist. Yes, back in high school I was totally the your taste in music is below me kid. I finally realized I don't need to show off how cool or out there my taste in music is. Like you said, if it floats your boat. Denying myself the enjoyment of certain hobbies, interests, activities, clothing, hairstyles, etc. based on what other people think about those things. The day you wake up and stop giving a fuck about what others think of you will be the start of the rest of your life. I have plenty of hobbies and interests I just don't discuss with my close friends. Made some new friends thanks to those hobbies and interests as well. I picked up an easy summer job while figuring out my next step. My previous workplace closed due to COVID. Turns out all of my coworkers are cliquey high school girls who think they're hot shit and enjoy bullying this one shy girl who works there. I gave the shy girl a pep talk about how things get better after high school and then gave my 2 weeks notice. I'll need to find another job to hold me over, but hey, I'm turning 30 next year and would rather eat dog shit than deal with petty high school drama. I already did my time. One reason I quit working hospitality, though in this case it was college drama. I just started working in hospitality and this place is honestly the least drama filled place I've ever worked. and I spent almost a decade in food service. Jumping through hoops for your place of work. At some point you realize most bosses are just going to take advantage of you. If you show up, work hard, and get your shit done, you'll be good. How hard are we talking here? I just show up, do my work, and leave at 5. Convertible cars. I'm 40, fat and bald, and it would just look so tragic. You're literally the demographic for convertibles. Yes, but this one has dignity. I have one shred of dignity left, and I'm clinging on with all my might. Music festivals. I'm not sitting through 12 bands I don't know about to see the 2 I do. I'm too old for that shit. Depends on the festival for me. I love hearing new music, so artists I don't know isn't a negative if I also get to see a couple of my favorites. I also prefer electronic music, and a lot of those festivals have 2+ stages going at any given time. And I think I've seen up to 5 concurrently. Some artists I don't know turned out to be really good. Sex, something I used to be able to do all night, now takes me all night to do. Forget doing it all night. I'd rather do it once, then sleep. That's what I said. Then mentioned an adult toy and been blackballed for like 2 weeks now. I need a tag team partner. I can't keep up. Living somewhere without the little luxuries. Laundry that you don't have to pay to share with a bunch of strangers. A designated parking spot / garage. Not sharing every wall / ceiling with a different group of people. I will wash my clothes at my own convenience without first acquiring a bag of quarters. Park my car without circling the block 6 times only to still have to walk 4 blocks. And fall asleep peacefully without having to listen to the gross couple upstairs bang. Thank you. I used to loathe the idea of living in the suburbs. Now I love it. Maybe if I were single I'd think differently, but I doubt it. I used to loathe it too, but goddamn do I miss having a yard. Playing mind games. If something is bothering you, just fucking tell me. Drinking to the point of getting very drunk / partying. Thinking it's funny or cool to think everything is lame because it's not edgy or full of depth, or it doesn't provoke critical thinking. I'm not even old enough to legally drink, and I really don't see the point of getting drunk. You get really stupid. I personally would probably get into a fight. You turn into a bumbling fool. You might puke, and you're probably going to wake up with a headache. Like, why would I want to do that when I can just get high and eat an entire bag of potato chips? That's just the immature viewpoint of drinking. When you are young, you probably can't afford good tasting alcohol and assume it all tastes like shit. This means the only reason you would be drinking it is for the effects, which will make you way more prone to overdoing it. It's also more of a competition when you are younger, and being more drunk is cooler. As you get older, you get better at finding your limits and staying at a comfortable level of drunk, while also finding your taste in alcohol so that it is generally a better experience. Sacrificing warmth for fashion and stupidly uncomfortable high heels. A hoe never gets cold. As a Slavic hoe, the cold tolerance stacks. Arguing with strangers on the internet. What's your fucking problem? Anyway, bruh. Any vintage fashion trends I'm old enough to have worn the first time around. The other day I saw a teenager in a bedazzled trucker cap, a crop top, low-rise wide-leg jeans and platform sneakers. For the first time, I felt old. Helping people move. If I ever have to ask someone for help moving, it's only for a very select number of larger / heavier furniture items that require 2+ people. An hour or 2. Buy them lunch and some beers, and send them on their way. I can handle everything else, but I don't want to risk an injury trying to lift something that's outside my comfort zone. For reference, I'm 28F. 5 feet 1, below average upper body strength. My boyfriend is 31 meters, 5 feet 5, average upper body strength. Some items are just too bulky and difficult for shorter people to move on our own. Yup, I'll help moving big things requiring 2 people. I'm not moving 27 different small boxes filled with books you don't read. Hey, 5 of those boxes were never opened from the last time we moved. We don't even know what's in them, so there. My parents have done that for the last 25 years. After about 10 moves, they probably have a dozen or so boxes that they haven't opened since they were married. It's so crazy to me. Relationship games. Bitch, you won't compromise on dinner plans? Then starve. You want me to guess what the problem is? Stay mad. Silent treatment? Peace out, I'm going to play a game online. You can let me know when you're ready to act your age. Communicate. We are adults. If you have a problem, let's work through it. I have zero tolerance for that high school bullshit. I love my so, but that nonsense will not fly in my house. For me, my favorite moments are when I realize I'm expected to read minds and I actually guess what's the problem and I intentionally play dumb to see the change in reactions from I'm mad to frustration. It's the most hilarious change in expression in 2 seconds. Funny. Yeah, maybe, but you also aren't communicating. Sounds like you're just exacerbating the problem. It would go something like this. If you knew what I meant, why didn't you say anything? I shouldn't have to guess what you're thinking. Just tell me. But you knew what I meant. Yeah, I said I'm too tired to go to the party, but you should just have dragged me there. If you had to, just do it. 48 hours later, I'm too tired to go to this party. 50% chance she wants to go to the party. Compared to, why didn't you take me to the party? You said you were tired. You should have taken me anyways. Why? You said you were tired. You know what I meant. No, I don't. Aren't you tired? But I still want to go to the party. Then why did you say you were too tired to go to the party? That means you don't want to go to the party. Are you messing with me right now? How do you not know? You need to say it. I can't read your mind. 48 hours later, I'm tired af, but whatever. Let's go to the party. Apostrophe. Maintaining a relationship with toxic relatives. I have an uncle I don't really speak to anymore for various reasons. But in a nutshell, he's never wrong about anything. He got nasty when I stopped being a doormat and started speaking up when I wasn't okay with something. Here's a small list. Habitual lateness. Sometimes to the point of derailing the whole event. Complaining about how much his life sucks during the whole visit. Every visit. Got nasty if someone dared to disagree with him. Dropped longtime friends like hot potatoes because his wife didn't like them. Referred to the new wife of one of those friends as a Sasquatch, even though he never met her and only saw pictures on social media. Talks over people, but won't tolerate being talked over. Then ask me why I don't talk. Rants loudly with company over. Gets nasty when told no. Unfriends people after a fight. Then adds them again when he's decided that the fight is over. I have my issues with his wife, but she's far more reasonable. It got to the point where I was nauseous 4 days before Thanksgiving and Christmas. And when it was over, my gut would be messed up for days after. The real abusive behavior came when I pulled away. And now that I don't have to see them, I actually enjoy the holidays. Sometimes you just have to drop the rope. Excellent job. You made a fantastic choice. Personally, without my father around, I vomit a lot less. TikTok. I liked it better when it was Vine. Strip clubs and peep shows. I still love looking at naked women, but I find those places sad now. Camping and tents. This year my younger sister invited me a couple of times to join her friends camping over weekends. As much as I love the idea and her friends are great company who make me feel welcome, I found that I enjoyed it a lot less than I expected. They have great fun staying up until 3 AM, playing guitar and singing, and I'm ready to crash by midnight. But it is so much fun that I stay with them. Can't imagine how sister manages to drive back home next day. Both times she was up before me. Hammock tents. I love hiking and camping, but I'm too goddamn old to sleep on the ground. Then I discovered hammock tents, and I'm in love with the outdoors again. I bought a solid inflatable mattress this year, and it's a game changer from thin thermarests from when I would go on canoe trips. A good inflatable sleeping pad is my choice. I have not yet found an inflatable mattress that wouldn't be too soft, but I generally prefer very firm mattresses, so that might play a big role. I found a battery powered one that was pretty decent. Stayed pretty firm throughout the night. Quick pump up before bed the second night. Social media. Your grandma and Aunt Cheryl would like a word. They'll just tag you on a Minions meme to talk about it. Get off my lawn. Dormitory style rooms at youth hostels. The last time I stayed in one, The guy on the bunk above me decided to vigorously masturbate at about 2 AM for 15 minutes. The whole bunk bed shook to his rhythm, and I could almost feel it when he came. I was never the same after that night. Disgusting. Being a bridesmaid. Hanging up posters that aren't in frames. Sharing a hotel room. Attending events out of a sense of obligation to the host. MLM parties. Baby showers for coworkers I barely know. etc. Having a mattress on the floor without a bed frame. Dating apps. Telling myself that I'm too old to do something I want to do and enjoy. I'm a grown ass adult. Who's gonna tell me I can't ride a pink bike with handlebar streamers? A fun thing to do in this thread is reading the responses and guessing how old the person is. I'm going to put you at 29. I appreciate that. But no, I haven't been 29 in a very long time. The reason I responded to your post and not others is that the things you list are things that people give up at different times. Posters and non-beds usually disappear in the mid-20s. Sharing hotel rooms around 30. Bridesmaiding probably gets weird around mid-30s, but obviously everyone is different. So I decided to fire a dart in the middle of that. Posters and non-beds usually disappear in the mid-20s. Sharing hotel rooms around 30. Bridesmaiding probably gets weird around mid-30s. That's actually quite accurate. But truly not giving a fuck if one is too old for something usually happens around 40. So there you have it. I'm a 40-year-old who rides a bike with handlebar streamers. Getting pissed drunk. Overly dramatic people. Come on. We are not in high school anymore. Surely you've grown out of that horrible phase in your life. Not everyone is out to stab you in the back. And trust that lady, unless she is outright flirting with him in front of you and giving him her number, does not want your man. At my age, sometimes we don't want the man we have at home. No need to go shop for a new one. Lord, if I wanted someone to sit on the couch and play video games, I got that at home. Plus, mine will cook, clean, and knows where the clitoris is. I don't need to or want your man. I have social skills, and I'm being pleasant and making small talk. How's work going? Is not code for I want to bang you like a cheap drum. Hard and often until you make the sounds I want. SHHH. Don't tell your wife. Some people are still fucking ridiculous. I do not understand this at all. Grow up. The way you put that out is kinda overly dramatic. I had a former friend tell me that I needed to back off her husband when I was asking him about his job. I asked her what on earth she was talking about, and she said, "You're making it so obvious you just want to fuck him, isn't she? Look, she's been monopolizing the conversation. Don't you all agree?" Everyone else looked at her like she was crazy. He was talking about his job. We were all asking questions. I asked him a couple of, and I mean 2, technical questions, formerly in the same field, and she lost her damn mind. Yeah, I don't speak to her, and my husband told her husband that he'd love to hang with him when his wife gets some help. Super hot women in their 20s that have zero personality or just plain awful personalities. I had my turn. Now it's up to you young fellas to learn the costs firsthand, because you sure as fuck aren't going to listen to us. Multiple rounds of shots at a bar. I'll just have a pint of apple sours, mate. Save you the washing up. That does seem like something HM Queen Elizabeth II would say. Nightclubs. Give me a nice dive bar with some decent food and I'm golden. Hi golden. I'm dad.